Welcome to EPG Pathshala. In this module, we will be talking about the wireless application protocol. As we know, nowadays all of us are connected using internet network. It's a global village now. The world is a global village because of internet. And when we are using internet, we are using certain protocols. So each and every network using certain protocol, whether it's a OSI protocol, whether it's a TCP IP protocol, same way for the wireless devices we are using WAP, that is wireless application protocol. So when we talk about the WAP is basically a gateway between our mobile devices, and internet. So now you can see on the screen that internet is to be taken care by the WAP gateway, and WAP gateway is basically connecting us through to the internet with the help of WAP gateway. So WAP gateway, responsibility of WAP gateway is to give us the idea how to connect with the internet. It consisting of different parts or different components, whether it's a script language it require, whether to use browsers, because for accessing the internet we require browsers. So browsers is again taken care by the WAP gateway itself. So we start with the evolution of WAP. So evolution of WAP started in 1992, where NTTC, that is one organization from Japan, they have come up with CHTML, that is Component Hypertext Markup Language. In 1994, the another organization from US, that is Unwired Planet Development, they have come with the handheld device markup language, that is HTML. In 1995, same company came with the protocol which is called HDTP, that is Handheld Device Transport Protocol, and then basically the revolution in wireless industry started. So when we in 1992, if we talk about, the Japan came into picture, then US came into picture, and after that there are different organizations who came into picture for making those protocols so that wireless devices can be interconnect with each other. Now the components, the basic components for any wireless application protocols are browsers, because without browser we cannot interact with the net on the internet, markup language, script language, gateway, server, protocol layer, and telephony network interface, because telephony network interface is giving us the network which enables us to our device to interact with the, which allow our devices to be interact with the internet. So what basically we need, obviously browser cannot work on the mobile devices. For that there is another browser, that is micro browser. So the browser which we are using on mobile devices are micro browsers. The script which we are using on the net, that is not the normal scripting language which we are using on our desktop or the laptop. The different scripting language are there, the different protocol structures are there, because we cannot use OSI or TCP IP, though we have to interact with those protocols. So there are different standards which helping us to interact with those protocols. Now if we talk about the architecture of this WAP, we are having protocol stack, like same as I am discussing that OSI model, we have different layer in there, also we have here also we are having protocol stack, starting from the wireless application environment, that is also known as WAE. The second one is the wireless session protocol, which is WSP, and then wireless transaction protocol, which is WTP, wireless transport layer security, that is WTLS, and wireless datagram protocol, that is WDP. So if we see in this particular thing that there are 5 basic layers which exist in WAP. If we talk about the OSI, it consists of 7 layers. So here we don't have 7 layer, here we are having 5 layers, and basically these 5 layers are responsible for communication through WAP. And the same structure which OSI was using, we are moving from application to the physical layer, same type of functionality is taken care by these 5 layers in WAP. So if we see the structure of it, the structure and architecture of this is, one side we have clients, one side we have web server. In between we are having all these layers. You can see here the 5 layers starting from WAE, WSP, WTP, WTLS and WDP. Each layer is meant for a specific purpose and having a specific function. If we see on the client side, we are having WML and WML script, and if we see at the web server, we are having WML content and HTML content. So that is, WML is basically the wireless markup language, and HTML hypertext markup language, because without markup language we cannot interact. So we require it. If you see in the architecture, the interaction is always a two-way, client to the web and to the web server. So same way web server to the web and web to clients. So if we talk about this particular structure, we can see that client is one side, server is some other side, and in between there are these layers, these protocol layers which are working upon. So this is the architecture of a WAP. Now we talk about the one by one all the layers. The first layer will start with the wireless application environment. What basically the WAE is, it is a generic application environment, and basically all the micro browser server environment is supported by this. It consists of WML, WML script, WTA and different content formats. All these 4 is supported by wireless application environment layer. So now we are talking layer one by one. So if we talk about WAE, it is same application layer. The application layer is generally providing the services to the using some whatever content we are using, whatever, how to display the content. So application part is taken care of by WAE. Now we move to the second layer, that is wireless session protocol. So as we know, what is the job of a session? That is whether it is a connection oriented or is a connectionless, but basically giving services, creating the session, and one is client, one is server. How the things are moving on that, it is always based on the session. So what we can say, this layer provide a lightweight session layer to allow efficient exchange of data between different applications. And if we can see here, the services can be again connection oriented, connectionless, and the main job of here wireless session protocol, because now we are working with the limited devices which are having limited capacity, wireless devices having limited capacity. So our main motive is to optimize the bandwidth. So whether low bandwidth we are using, we try to optimize that bandwidth with the help of WSC. So the job of WSC is, the wireless session protocol is providing the interface, basically creating a session, whether the session is connection oriented or connectionless. So that type of thing, and basically we are using mobile devices which are having limited bandwidth, limited capacity. So now we have to optimize that. That is the job of WSP, that is wireless session protocol. Now we move towards the third one, that is wireless transaction protocol. What is the job of the transaction protocol is, basically what this is doing, supporting adding reliability to datagram services provided by WDP, that is wireless datagram protocol. Now datagram, as we know, what is a datagram? Datagram is a combination of data which we are sending, and most of the time we are sending with the help of sometime wireless, sometime wired, but now we are talking about the wireless. So wireless datagram protocol is supported by WTP, that is wireless transport protocol, and it is a lightweight transaction oriented protocol. Here basically it is divided into 3 classes. The first class is unreliable one-way request, reliable one-way request, because for transaction we require 2. So, reliable two-way request reply transactions. So, we have request, we have reply, and in one it is request and reply both. So, what is WTP is doing? They are supporting the transaction which are taking place, or the whatever datagram which is moving on the NUT, how they will be transferred. So, there are 3 classes as we have discussed: unreliable and reliable, but it is one sided, that request only, and it can be reliable, a two-way transaction, that is one side is request and one side it is the reply. Now, we talk about the 4th protocol layer, and that is wireless transaction layer security. Obviously, security is very important for us. So, wireless transaction layer security, what WTLS is doing, it is basically taking care of the integrity of the data, authentication of the data, then privacy of the data, and the denial of service protection, because we do not want that our data will be lost somewhere in between on the network. So, what we can say, it is optimizing the use over narrow band communication channel. That is the job of the WTLS. So, what is this layer is doing? This is taking care of all the security part which of the communication, whichever communication is going on the internet, all the security part is taken care by the WTLS. So, this layer is meant for that, and now we come up with the 5th layer or the last layer, that is WDP, that is wireless datagram protocol. So, what basically this layer is doing, it is the transport layer of this. It is sending and receiving messages, whether it is using SMS we are sending, or USSD, CSD, or GPRS. So, what basically it is enabling us to send the data onto the net, and when we are sending the data, it is creating a data transmission from one device to another device. So, what basically wireless datagram protocol is doing, it is creating an interface for the upper layers so that they can transmit the data. So, we can see in the layers tag, this is WDP at the last layer. So, basically the data transmission will be taken place by WDP, that is wireless datagram protocol, and it is providing the services to the upper layer. So, already we have seen the OSI and all other models, they are again using the stacks only. So, the same sort of protocol stack is also used by WAP. So, now we talk about gateway, because every WAP is using gateway to interact with the server. So, basically it is a middleware, we can say, and it is giving us the connectivity between the device and the internet. So, that is the main job of the WAP, and main function are it will help to implement the WAP protocol stack, it will act as a mediator between the mobile device and the server, it will authenticate the users, and also it will compress the WML pages which we are using for transferring the data onto the net. So, WML wireless markup language is basically used for that only. So, WAP gateway, now I will show you the structure of the WAP gateway, basically where it exists, what type of interaction is taking place in this. So, if we talk about the WAP gateway, it is having, you can see here in the screen, that WAP gateway. So, what this WAP gateway is having, one side protocol stack, which is the WAP protocol stacks, other are there is HTTP, SSL, TCP IP, that is again it is a part of WAP gateway, but it is not the WAP protocol stack. That is already we are having this hypertext transfer protocol and all that we are having. These are merged with our protocol layer and giving us the WAP gateway. One side you can see here on the screen is the management, other side the usage data. Now the question arises that how we are getting our billing. All the users which are using wireless devices, they are getting billing system, they are getting bill of the usage of the data they have done. So that is taken care by this usage data here you can see on the screen. Then the way WAP gateway is having all the 5 protocol stack, these 4 protocol stacks, that is TCP IP, SSL and HTTP, and then the management of the data which is moving. So all these things is the part of the WAP gateway we can say. Now if we see the HTTP, what is the job of HTTP here? What HTTP is doing here? Then what is the job of SSL and what is the job of TCP IP? Because we are through wireless devices, we are connected to the wired devices also, wireless devices also. So we require the protocol TCP IP here in this structure, and also we want HTTP, that is hypertext transfer protocol, so that the data is moving with the wired devices, wireless devices, both the devices. We cannot say all the data is moving in the wireless to wireless. So that's why we are, and again we are using the data, so we are getting bill for that. So that is all the responsibility of the WAP gateway to do that. So now if we see that what is the job of, now you can see that HTTP is basically an interface consists of WAP content, which is combination of WML and WML script. If we talk about the SSL, that is the secure service layer, and basically this is maintaining the security between your browser and the server, web server, whatever server you are using, it is giving the security to that. And TCP IP, as already we are aware, transmission control protocol is there, which is meant for internet, and IP, that is internet protocol. So whatever data and packets which are moving on the net, that is always circulated with the help of TCP IP. So in our WAP gateway, that is the same job they are doing, that they are efficiently managing the transfer of data packets onto the net. So this is what is the basically the WAP gateway, what is the responsibility of the WAP gateway. Now what are the application areas? Obviously right now most of us are using wireless devices, we are using mobile phones. Always we want that our billing should be done on the mobile phone, our banking system should be there on the mobile phone. If we have to use I want to send emails to someone, I am doing with the help of my mobile phone. If I am using any banking services, I am using with the help of mobile phone. So here you can see all the applications right now which we are using, because without WAP no mobile device can work. Basically that is the protocol which enabling us to connect to the internet. If we are using WAP, all these devices are using WAP. So now if I have to pay my bill, I have to use internet. If I want to use internet, obviously my device should be having WAP. So WAP is basically the creating the what we can say communication very faster on the wireless devices, because now they are connected to the internet. If I have to move some data, obviously I always prefer to use the mobile devices. So highest usage of WAP is in the banking system, in the email services, in the video transfers which we are doing on the net, then e-commerce website, whether it is B2B, C2C, everybody wants to do the transaction on the mobile devices. And if you want to do any sort of transaction, if you want to use internet on the mobile devices, we have to use the WAP, because WAP is enabling us to be interacting with the different devices onto the wireless devices with the internet services, whatever be the provider, whosoever is the provider, but the services on the WAP we are getting with the help of WAP, that is wireless application protocol. Without WAP we cannot interact, right? So if we talk about the challenges, obviously we know that nowadays though we are using very good mobiles, but each and every mobile has its limitation, device has some every device, mobile devices or wireless devices has their own capability. So now we talk about some of the challenges which is there for the WAP. If your website which you want to download or you want to serve on your mobile device, if that is huge in content, basically the graphical content, then it is a very big task to download or upload such type of things, because surfing become very slow at that time. Then we are using wireless device, the network, we cannot say that every time we will get a service, because it depends whether that network is available there or not. So assurance of services we cannot say we are going to have always. Bandwidth always a issue. Then device capability is always there. And if we talk about the usage of network, because here we are getting the, we have to pay for the network which we are using. So if the data which we are using is finished, then we have to see how to add up the more and more data on the whatever service provider we are using. Then scalability of any markup language is again a biggest challenge. And then designing the interface which we can use on the small devices, because screen is small, device is small, and there is a limitations of battery, limitation of different resources which are there in the mobile. If we talk about the RAM, or we are talking about any other features which our mobile devices is having, if that is limited, then there is a challenge for WAP, because we cannot connect at that particular time. So these are the problem that which WAP is facing and working on it. So these are some of the challenges that are there for the WAP. And if we talk about the whole module, then we have learned that what is WAP, why WAP came into existence, what type of interface it is providing, what are the layers which right now we are having. Now in nutshell we can say that WAP is very much required nowadays, because everything is going on mobile. Now everything we want to do on mobile. So if we want to do on mobile, we have to use this particular protocol. So if we talk about the summary of this whole module, is that WAP is basically enabling us to use the internet. It is basically based on specific need, specific requirement of wireless devices, because again the need and requirement of devices differ. If I am using a laptop, my requirements are different. If I am using a mobile, my requirements are different. So whatever wireless devices I am using, so depending upon that I can say my requirements are different. And limited device capability is always a major concern, we can say, for this. And WAP supports all major networks which right now we are using, whether we are using CDMA or we are using GSM, all are supported by WAP. And WAP also supports the operating system, whether it is a window based operating system or any open system, open based operating system, whatever we are using, WAP is supporting it. So what we can say, that WAP is basically the service, it is a mediator which is providing us on our device the internet connection. And without WAP, if we want to connect our mobile devices, we cannot, because that is the protocol which is meant for internet connection only onto your devices. And nowadays in this life which right now we are going through, we cannot think without our mobile phone. So if we cannot think about without mobile phone, we require different protocol for standardization of this. So how to interact it, how to get a, what we can say, mediators or middleware or the gateway sort of things, so that we interact, our device will interact wherever we go. The network should follow us. So the same thing here, any wireless devices which we are using, anywhere we are going, we are getting network. So whatever be the service provider to us, they are giving us the networks. So that network we can use on our devices with the help of WAP only. So in this whole module, I can say that from starting that what is WAP, then we come across what are the protocols which we are having, the architecture of WAP. Then we came across the gateway, how that particular WAP gateway is working. And then what are the services, because right now all the services we are using right now on our handheld devices. So whatever handheld devices which we are using, that all are supported by WAP only. And basically WAP forum is there which is taking care of all these standards, because again we need standard for this also. So WAP is also based on certain standards. So WAP is a protocol which is following WAP for standards created by WAP forum, and it is meant for connecting the people across the world. So the devices, mobile devices which we are using across the world is connected with the help of WAP. So WAP is a mediator. Though it is using TCP IP protocols, though it is using HTTP SSL, but all are, whether it is wired or wireless, but WAP is always required for any wireless devices. The connection can be wired or wireless, but your device, mobile device, should have followed the WAP protocol. So I am thanking you for visiting EPG Pathshala, EG Pathshala, EG Pathshala, EG Pathshala, EG Pathshala, EG